Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Emart LED video lights from Amazon. This video is not sponsored. I actually just received these as a gift from my friend Casey, so thank you, Casey, and I'm super excited to try them out. I've never used any professional lighting before, so this is my first real piece of YouTuber tech, which is really cool for me. I'm going to rate how easy they are to set up, how well I think they function, and just go over some general specs. So they come in a set of 2, and they have 11 brightness settings and 4 color filters. They're portable and designed to be for a tabletop. They're also USB compatible, which is really great for me because I record everything straight from my laptop. So everything comes individually wrapped, and I'm going to show you how everything was in the box. This is the tripod itself, and you can see that it's pre-assembled with the exception of this little piece right here, which you just screw onto the top. This is what the light itself is going to be attached to. So there's two of these because it is a set of 2. You also have 2 of the lights themselves, which are attached directly to the USB plug, as well as the remote control, which controls the power and whether you want the light to be brighter or dimmer. As I mentioned before, there's 4 color filters. I'm actually using one of the lamps right now, which is my current lighting. I'm using the white color. It also comes with a red color, a orange color, and a blue color, and they're all individually wrapped as well. I'm going to show you what these colors look like and just go through the different brightness settings and kind of show you what the different settings are like. So this is one of the lights. It's on the mini tripod at the moment. I have it turned off because I didn't want to blind you guys, but you can see that this is the white color filter. In order to change the filters, you just simply pull up like so, and then slide the next filter that you want, whether you want it to be the red or the orange or the blue. Just slide it right back in there and turn it back on. I'm going to cycle really quickly through the different brightness settings just to show you guys basically how bright it gets up to. Disclaimer, it gets very bright very fast, so I'm turning it away from you guys so that it's not so bright on your eyes. So this is the brightest that it gets up to. This is like kill a vampire level brightness. And I don't see myself using it personally on this highest setting, unless I was to set the whole tripod apparatus farther away from me. But for my own purposes, the fact that I have mine set up on my desk, I don't see it really practical being needed to be set on the very highest setting. Personally, when I first started this video, I had the brightness on the second from the bottom. This is the lowest level right now, so if I was to set this mini tripod closer to me, I would want it on the lowest setting. That way I don't get super washed out. It just provides a little low ambient level of brightness. I can show you it on my face turning up a little bit. So as of right now, I have it basically just in my hand right next to where my laptop camera is, so you can kind of get a gauge for distance here. And that's the next brightness up, so you can see that goes very fast from the lowest to the second brightest, and then it just gets progressively brighter from there. At this point, it's kind of getting washed out. You can see how close it is to me, but you definitely get what you're paying for, and it does get very bright very fast. I'm not going to turn it up that bright for my own purposes, but like I said, if you were going to set it farther away from you, where you didn't want to have it situated on your desk, but maybe you wanted to set them up on the sides of your desk, or if you wanted to have, you know, a studio set up where it's about 5 feet away from you or something like that, I could see that being a very practical use for the highest levels of the brightness. Next, I'm going to be walking you guys through the different color filters and what they look like from a medium distance. I'm going to set it back above my head near my camera where it was originally. I'm going to be testing out the blue first, and I'll go from low brightness to high brightness. So this is the blue filter. I have it on the lowest level brightness right now. So you can see that with the blue, it's not really doing that much at the moment. You can see that my face looks pretty dark, so I'm going to slowly start upping the brightness. This is the second from the bottom. You can see that it is still similar to the white in the level of brightness, but it gives you a little bit of a blue tint, which is nice. I'm going to cycle up a little bit. At this point, personally, I don't believe I like it this bright just because I start getting a little bit washed out. But I'm going to still cycle through some of the more brighter settings, and I can get even brighter. I'm going to keep going until I max out here. At this point, when I have it on a really high brightness level, the blue tinge kind of goes away because of the fact that the white coming through from the back is basically taking over any of the blue tint in the front. So I'm going to keep cycling up. And at this point, like I said, it doesn't really appear that blue to me. I would say that this is practical because of the fact that it's not overwhelmingly blue and it doesn't look weird when I have it on the setting. But that being said, I would not use it on one of these higher settings. So right now I am on the orange. Once again, this is the lowest brightness setting. Personally, I don't know if I'm a fan of the orange because as it is, I have a naturally red face most of the time, so this kind of just accentuates the fact that I have more than average rosy cheeks, but I'm still going to cycle up and show you guys. At this point, this I don't think is very bad if you were somebody who has a skin tone where orange looks nice on you, where you're not as pale as I am. I could see this looking good, but like I said, I just don't personally like that orange tone on me myself. But that being said, it does add color. I'm going to keep going. At this point, I find this brightness level with the orange more comfortable than this, because I feel like more of the white comes through when I have it on this brighter setting than the darker setting. I feel like the orange comes out less, so I'm going to keep cycling up. At this level, I feel like this is a good level of like a healthy glow. I don't feel like it looks too orange. This is pretty natural. It adds like a nice rosiness. I'm going to keep going. And it seems like with these filters in general, the higher you go, the less you can tell that there's even a color filter on there. So at this point, it's really subtle, and I would say that it's a nice effect. I don't like it as much when it's dimmer, as I mentioned, because to me, it looks like you can tell more with the orangeness when it's low as opposed to when it's high. So I'm going to keep going. At this point, it's pretty white. More washed out than I'm comfortable with. I wouldn't use it this bright, as I said before, unless it was farther away from me. But here it is really bright, and that's as high as it gets to. So you can see at this point, not too orange. It adds a nice glow. I like the orange filter. I would say I like it more than the blue just because it looks more natural on skin. And next I'm going to be trying the red. And here's the red. I have to say, not liking this one too much because, as I mentioned, I have a naturally red face, so this really just brings out a lot of the redness, especially if you have glasses. It adds like a scary red thing in there. Kind of makes me look like a monster. But this is the red, and I'm going to cycle through. I would say that if you are looking for a filter that has a cinematic effect, like if you're doing a Halloween themed makeup look, or if you're doing some type of creepy video and you want to do a quick edit with a scary filter on there, maybe you could use this for that, but I do not see this having a very practical application. I just don't see it being very appealing that most people would want to be cherry red like this. Especially the higher up we get, the redder I'm getting. Yeah, so this is Larry the Lobster red, and yeah, not really sure what you would use this for outside of Halloween and, I don't know, any fun editing that you're trying to do. Even on the lowest level, I don't find this red being particularly flattering as the orange was. At least it looked good on my skin tone, I thought. This, not so much. I just kind of look sunburnt or radioactive. One of the two, not quite sure. Not my favorite. But, like I said, if you wanted to do something creative, if you want to do a makeup look or something, if you want to have some type of fun edit in there where I could see if you're doing like a mad effect or something like that, that could be fun. Not my favorite though. So I'm back to the normal white filter, and I just wanted to talk about the tripod exclusively for a little while. So as it stands right now, it's about 1.5 feet tall, so I would agree with what the Amazon description said, that this is good for tabletops. That being said, you want to clear off your whole desk so that you have enough space for the legs to expand. I saw in some of the product pictures that these 3 clips can be undone to actually add more height, which I don't really see being necessary for the desktop application. If you wanted to set it up off your desk and maybe have it freestanding beside you or coming at you from a different angle from higher, then I could see you wanting to have this. But as it is, I feel like the height is already good enough for what it is. It does advertise itself as a tabletop tripod, so I don't really think that the extra height is necessary, but just having the option to unclip these to make it taller is nice. My only 2 complaints about this product is the fact that 1, it didn't come with a manual, so that's just a minor inconvenience for the consumer. You have to figure out how to set it up on your own. Personally, it only took me about 10 minutes, so it wasn't that it was difficult. It's just personally, I like having a manual to follow along with so that I don't mess anything up. But that being said, it's better for the trees that it doesn't have a manual, so that's not a huge deal. My only other complaint is the fact that it can only be run via USB. So if someone wasn't careful and didn't read the description well enough to notice that it was only USB powered, I could see that being an inconvenience because you have to either plug it into your computer or a USB adapter to let it run. For my personal setup, I record all my YouTube videos from my laptop and I plug everything straight into my laptop, so I don't really mind the fact that it's only USB powered, but I can see other people who want a more versatile set of uses for it, not liking the fact that it's only USB powered. That being said, if you are bothered by the fact that it's only USB powered, I would recommend getting a USB adapter of some kind. This is one that I got off Amazon probably a year ago. You can see that it has double USB ports, so you could plug in the light and theoretically something else if you had other equipment for your YouTube channel, like a microphone or something, both into the same USB adapter and then run it that way, and then it wouldn't be a problem where it only has to plug into a USB port. You could technically then plug it into a wall socket. And also, just a minor complaint, and this is not just exclusive to this light, but pretty much any light in particular I think that you're going to be able to buy, is if you're a person with glasses like me, pretty much anything you do, you're going to be able to see the light in your glasses. So I think over the next few weeks I'm going to just have to mess around with different angles and different heights and see if there's any way where I can still get a consistent forward light without getting it to show up in my glasses. But overall, I would say I am super happy with this product. For my purposes, my setup is pretty low maintenance. I do all my vlogs here from my desk, and it's the perfect size and convenience for what I need to do, and I think that you'll really like it too. So thank you again to Casey for getting me this awesome lighting. This is way better than what I was using before. This is perfect for anybody who's just getting started with lighting, and I would really recommend this product. I'll have the link for this product as well as the link for this handy dandy adapter I mentioned in the description. While you're down there, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe, and if you have any other product reviews that you'd like me to do or any other video requests, just let me know in the comments below. I'll see you later.